Hi everyone. Today we complete 10 episodes of SEC Online Weekly Rewind. In our Weekly Rewind videos, we curate the most important and interesting stories to keep you abreast of the latest development in the field of law. Hi, I'm Bhumika Indulia, and this week I have brought highlights of some recent significant updates of the Supreme Court, High Courts, and legislation updates. So let's begin with some news of Supreme Court. In a major verdict before Supreme Court, the bench of Supreme Court held that it is open for the courts to order house arrest under Section 167 of Criminal Procedure Code in appropriate cases. The order comes as a milestone for curbing the problem of overcrowded prisons and high cost for their maintenance. Data indicates that during 2019, a total of 18,86,092 inmates were admitted in the jails, taking the occupancy rate of 13,050 prisons to 118.5%. Also, a very large sum of around 7,000 crore was the budget on prisons. The same judgment dismissed the bail plea of activist Gautam Navlakha in relation to the Bhima Koregaon rights case. Allegedly, some activists, including Navlakha, made inflammatory speeches and provocative statements at the Elgar Parishar meet in Pune on December 31, 2017, leading to violence at Koregaon Bhima in the district next day. In another interesting case, the Supreme Court has held that the availability of an alternative remedy does not prohibit the High Court from entertaining a writ petition in an appropriate case. The court held that the High Court may entertain a writ petition, notwithstanding the availability of an alternative remedy, particularly where the writ petition seeks enforcement of fundamental right, where there is a failure of principles of natural justice, or where the impugned orders or proceedings are wholly without jurisdiction, or the virus of the act is under challenge. So let's begin with some news of High Courts. Extraordinary times require extraordinary remedy, is what Allahabad High Court has said while granting bail to an accused where he sought anticipatory bail on the apprehension of death due to COVID-19 virus after coming into contact with authorities. The court said that while the complainant may take objection to the aforesaid relief to the accused, this should not lose the sight of the fact that only when the accused would be alive, he would be subjected to the normal procedure of law of arrest, bail and trial. With the state of Uttar Pradesh being severely hit by COVID-19 pandemic, the Allahabad High Court has directed that a 3-member Pandemic Public Grievance Committee shall be formed in every district within 48 hours of the order. In the big development, the Bombay High Court has directed the state government to hand over the peaceful possession of the ready-to-use BSL-3 vaccine manufacturing unit in Pune from the Intervit India Private Limited to Bivit Private Limited, along with the requisite rights, responsibilities and obligations to deal with all the matters with respect to the vaccine manufacturing property. In another case, as the national capital gasps for the oxygen, the Delhi High Court has granted bail to 4 accused in the Matrix Oxygen Concentrator hoarding case, while the court said that it did not have any sympathy with the black marketers and hoarders of the essential medicines or medical devices. It said that mere booking of the manufacturers, importers, without a regulatory regime in place and without any evidence, just to show that the state is concerned about the problems of citizens, will be counterproductive and will further create scarcity of already scarce medical devices. The PIL seeking mandamus to direct that the government to utilize the oxygen plants available in Braille, Trichy and also the integrated vaccines complex for production of vaccines. The Madras High Court has issued a notice to the government seeking response as to why it is not reviving Government Vaccine Institute and oxygen plants. Bhel-Trichy, with 3 oxygen plants, has the capacity to produce oxygen at 140 metric cube per hour, but the plants are shut down since 2003. In a very interesting judgment, Madras High Court has said that people can be religious, men can be communal, but roads and streets are secular. In a very important judgment on secularism, the Madras High Court has held that any procession, including religious procession, cannot be prohibited or curtailed merely because another religious group is residing or doing business in the area predominantly. The court said that the roads and streets are secular and should not be used by all the people irrespective of their religion, caste or creed. In a very interesting case by Kenya High Court, while deliberating upon the constitutional petitions challenging the Building Bridges initiative and the resulting controversial Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, the Kenya High Court has held that the basic structure of Constitution is sacrosanct and that the President has no authority under the Constitution to initiate changes to it. The Building Bridges initiative was started by Kenya's elected President Uhuru Kenyatta to come up with the recommendations and proposals for building a lasting unity in the country. After the BBI committee recommended certain administrative, policy, statutory or constitutional changes, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 came into existence. On this, the court made an interesting remark and said that the president cannot be both player and umpire in the same match. So let's begin with our next segment of legislation updates or the orders by commissions or tribunals. The IRDAI has issued norms for settling COVID-19 health insurance claims. The norms have been issued in the wake of order dated 28 April 2021 passed by Delhi High Court, wherein the IRDAI was directed to advise insurers to communicate their cashless approvals to the concerned hospitals establishments within a maximum duration of 30 to 60 minutes so that there should not be any delay in the discharge of patients and hospital beds do not remain unoccupied. Another update relating to COVID-19 pandemic, on May 13, 2021, NHRC has taken cognizance of a complaint over several dead bodies found floating in the river Ganga in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar and issued notices to the chief secretaries of both the states and the Secretary Union Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, for calling for an action taken and a report within 4 weeks. So that's all with our 10th episode of SEC Online Weekly Rewind. Stay tuned for our next updates.